More trains on the track. OC Transpo calling it a milestone, but rider skepticism question how long the return to full service will last. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan Keys. O-Train Line 1 has returned to regular service with double-car trains, and it's the first time since January. That's roughly 5 months of reduced service in a system that has been plagued with problems for years. OC Transpo users alike hoping this marks a new chapter for LRT with minimal disruptions in the future. CTV's Leah LaRocque joins us live with the latest. Leah.
Stefan, OC Transpo's new boss, Rick Leary, says since he started his job, he had a checklist, and getting full service back was his top priority. Now that that's accomplished, he says it's about building the system's durability and gaining riders' confidence back. Riders still crowded at the front of the platform at Blair Station today. It was out of habit, many not realizing that double-car service was back. But when the train arrived, riders were relieved. For nearly 5 months, service has been reduced after OC Transpo was forced to pull most of its fleet because of an issue with the cartridge-bearing assembly. Rick Leary calls this milestone significant.
They started doing a little better when it came to installation, doing some of the work. The materials showed up, and then they made the decision that they could get it in a week earlier, and so they let us know. You know, I would tell you at any time is the right time to put the double cars back. You know, we want to be there for our customers. We want to prove that we have the capacity and the reliability is there. We want to bring people back. Commit to taking public transit here on.
Leary says there is still more work to do. Not all the axles have been replaced, and every 100,000 kilometers they do need to be checked. And there is still no root cause, but he believes the system is becoming more reliable. Rick Leary also says the next step is getting set for the eastern extension to open. He says he's having meetings every day and is hoping to nail down that timeline as soon as possible. Stefan.
CTV's Leah LaRocque reporting live for us. Thank you, Leah. One of the region's most famous landmarks, the Fairmont Chateau Montebello, is up for sale. And CTV News has confirmed that Ottawa Senators owner Michael Andlauer is now part of a group looking to buy it. CTV's Josh Morano is in Montebello with more. Josh.
Stefan, the Chateau Montebello has been standing tall on the shores of the Ottawa River since 1930. And for many here in the area, it's more than just a hotel. And that long history is why a local group featuring Michael Andlauer has submitted a bid to buy the property. The Fairmont Chateau Montebello was put up for sale after its previous owner was ordered to liquidate its assets after accumulating significant debt. Now, the Ottawa Senators owner has teamed up with Devcor Group CEO Jean-Pierre Poulin and Spa Nordique's Martin Paquette to make an offer. Poulin confirming to CTV News Andlauer reached out a few weeks ago about joining, and a bid has been submitted.
It's more than just a number. It's important for this asset to have the right owner with the right vision and the depth on all fronts, right? Financial, construction, development. All of this to do what's the best for the employees, for the Fairmont banner, and also for Montebello.
Poulin wouldn't reveal the value of the bid, describing it only as a fair offer and a number he believes can win. Poulin says he would like to see ownership stay local. And as for the hotel itself, it will remain open and operational throughout the sales process. And there is no timeline yet on when a successful bidder will be chosen. Stefan.
All right, CTV's Josh Morano reporting from Montebello for us. A man in his 50s has died after being pulled from the Carleton University swimming pool. Emergency crews responded to a call for a person in distress in the pool at around 8 o'clock last night. Paramedics say the man experienced cardiac arrest and was rescued by a lifeguard. The lifeguard and the campus security guard performed CPR until paramedics arrived. The victim was taken to hospital in critical condition, where he was later pronounced dead. Some Orleans residents are urging the city to change its approach to how it deals with coyotes. This comes after a recent coyote attack on a 14-year-old boy in the Avalon area. Residents report coyotes can be seen at all times of the day, but mainly at night. In recent weeks, the city has posted no entry signage near the den and instruct residents to avoid the area. Residents' reactions are mixed on if this is enough.
I appreciate the coyotes have to have a place to live. There's so much construction going around, but I think humanely they could be removed from the area because there's so many schools around, there's kids out and about all over the place here.
Well, I think it's part of nature, and with all the wildlife around like rabbits and turkeys, naturally going to attract them. So I think that people probably in the end, no matter what you do, you're probably going to have to live with them.
The vice president of the Greater Avalon Association says when the den was first located weeks ago, the city told her to expect the animals to move on by the end of June. Ottawa Bylaw officers have seized more than $69,000 worth of contraband vaping and tobacco products. This is some of what was seized. Bylaw says the products are illegal in Canada because of the high nicotine content and flavoring. Experts say more young people are becoming addicted to nicotine through aggressive marketing of e-cigarettes. They're now calling for a new national target of reducing nicotine use to less than 5% by the year 2045.
We've had decades of decline in nicotine use. Now we're seeing among young people an increase in nicotine use. That is really unexpected. It's extremely discouraging, and that's why immediate action on a pressing basis by federal, provincial, and local governments is essential to protect youth. And a key measure that can be done right away by the federal government, Health Minister Marjorie Michel, is to have a national regulation restricting flavors in e-cigarettes.
10 charges were laid against 5 businesses totaling more than $5,600 in fines under the Smoke-Free Ontario Act and the City of Ottawa licensing bylaw. The closure of the Strait of Hormuz is not only impacting oil prices, a global helium shortage is also putting pressure on some balloon shops here in the capital. For some, helium prices have doubled or worse. And this is not the first time the supply of helium has taken a hit. It's the 5th in the past 20 years, the 4th coming when Russia launched its full-blown invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Osama Altawil runs the Balloon Lady Ottawa with his wife. He says his supplier gave him an early heads up, so he bought in bulk about 4 times his usual order.
We're like, yeah, of course, we want to stock up on the helium. So luckily we managed to get our hands on some helium tanks. And so far we have enough supply to cover, let's say, just the summer. And hopefully he still has more.
Canada is estimated to have the 5th largest helium resource globally, but the country produces just 3% of that global supply. It is a crucial gas also used to manufacture semiconductors and for medical imaging, prompting those in the industry to call on political leaders to boost Canada's domestic production. A special ceremony here in downtown Ottawa today for the swearing-in of Louise Arbour as Canada's 31st Governor-General.
I want to thank Prime Minister Carney and His Majesty King Charles III for entrusting me with the opportunity to serve another great Canadian institution in this new role over the coming years.
79-year-old Arbour is a former Supreme Court justice and international prosecutor. In her speech, she spoke of the importance of Canadians being able to peacefully coexist despite our differences. While the role is often seen as ceremonial, the office of the Governor-General links the House of Commons to the Crown and is crucial to how Canada's democracy functions. Coming up on CTV News at 5, we'll go off script with 580 CFRA's Christy Cameron on what it will take to get people back on transit. And our Jackie Paris has our first look at the forecast. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Stefan. After a cool and rainy weekend, things are going to be quite sunny and warm for at least the next several days. Now, right now, temperatures sitting around 25 and 26 degrees, really, for most of eastern Ontario. Not much in terms of cloud cover. Overnight remains clear, 10 degrees the overnight low. And tomorrow, yes, we could see a 30-degree day in the capital and sunny skies. It won't be until midweek we could likely see rain moving through. We'll have these details for you and more in just a bit. Stefan.
Thank you, Jackie. Here's what you need to know. Catch some soccer action here at home tomorrow night at TD Place. Cheer on Atletico Ottawa as they take on FC Supra. Game time is 7 p.m. You can visit the Atletico website for tickets. A live check on traffic now. Westbound lanes of the Queensway slow going from Parkdale to Pinecrest. Eastbound is slow around Greenbank, also backed up from Carling all the way to Ennis. The 174 eastbound is slow from the split to Montreal Road. So far, no major collisions to report on the roads. You're watching CTV News at 5. We'll be right back. Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Taking a closer look now at one of our top stories, and CFRA's Christy Cameron is here now to help us go off script. Christy, as you know, so after months of single car service on the O Train Line 1, regular service with double cars are back on track. Ridership at OC Transpo is down, however, and it remains to be seen if the return to regular service will attract more people to transit. What are you saying about all of this as a transit user yourself?
Well, it's great that it's finally happening. Let's admit it, it's somewhat of a rarity that we're talking about a positive story on transit. Usually we're talking about OC Transpo reducing service, not adding capacity. OC Transpo really needs a reliability win right now. So they're calling this a milestone and they're happy about it. But let's face it, even if trains are running smoothly today and tomorrow and the next day, it is not automatically going to restore public trust. It took us 4 months to get here, Steph. If you want to win people back, you need a sustained effort. Brick by brick, we've got to earn the public confidence back. And you can see that in the city politicians that are trying to make this work. You've got the mayor and Sean Menard working on this thing, looking at a weekend or two of free transit. That's also pretty rare. Those are two different politicians that usually have different beliefs, but they're coming together to try and entice riders back because clearly the timing matters here. We're on the precipice of the Eastern Extension. They want to invite people back. They want people to feel like they can trust OC Transpo again. And
do you think that's enough?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, take it from me, you know, you can also take it from our listener, Ruth, who actually called into the show today. She takes the bus every single day. She said she's showing up 45 minutes early, an hour early, and she said this is a slap in the face for people that take the bus.
Okay.
Right now, we are so disgusted with the system. It is an embarrassment. The hours and hours, I leave usually an hour earlier and usually I would leave at least 45 minutes earlier. I'm leaving extra time to account for the buses are not going to show up or something's going to happen to the train. And if the bus misses, you miss the train. And it is an absolute insult to speak to us this way.
Wow, Ruth did not mince words there, and it certainly sounds like she has been disappointed more than once.
No, definitely, and I think a lot of people who have paid for that monthly pass are sick and tired because they want more. She said, make it a month of free transit. I guess we'll see what happens on Wednesday.
All right, Christy Cameron helping us go off script. Thank you.
Of course.
And you can join the conversation, leave a comment through the Talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen live to Christy Cameron on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 2 to 6. And now watch Christy's segments anytime on YouTube. Subscribe to the News Talk 580 CFRA channel. Coming up on CTV News at 5, you'll be seeing a lot more caps and gowns around the city this month. Graduation season is kicking off for thousands of students in the capital. Here's what else you need to know. Canadian country artist Tim Hicks is bringing his Going Somewhere tour to the capital this week. He'll take the stage at the Bronson Music Theatre this Sunday, June 14th. Doors open at 7 p.m. Coming up tonight on CTV after the 6 o'clock news, E-Talk starts at 7, followed by The Big Bang Theory at 7:30. At 8, you can watch The Quiz with Balls and American Ninja Warrior at 9. Now for another check on the weather forecast. Jackie is live in studio with us tonight, and it really looks as though people are basking in the sunshine today, Jackie.
Yes, it is gorgeous today, Stefan. We will have another sunshine day for our Tuesday. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, where it is 26 degrees out there right now, showcasing Kaweki Point. And if you want to catch the sunset from there, sun's starting to go down closer to 9 o'clock now. So again, wonderful weather to be out and about for this evening. Clear skies in the forecast into our overnight as well into Tuesday. There may be a little bit of some cloud cover around the valley and even parts of the Seaway, but it isn't until Tuesday evening that perhaps Pembroke could see some isolated showers moving through. But for the most part, our Tuesday for Eastern Ontario is looking fairly clear. Temperature-wise, take a look at this. 15 degrees to start things off. We're getting to a daytime high about 30 degrees, and this will be in the late afternoon, so it will be quite warm. Humidity levels not quite significant, about 2 to 3 degrees warmer than what is going to be anticipated. Meanwhile, the valley, tomorrow's daytime high 30 degrees, lots of sunshine, calm winds as well for most of the region. Tomorrow along the Seaway, 28 degrees, the anticipated daytime high, the overnight low about 13 degrees. So we did mention that yes, Tuesday there is a slight chance we could see some showers moving through, focus around the valley. It isn't until Wednesday Wednesday, though, that we could see some isolated showers moving through the region periodically throughout the Wednesday. Early forecast is showing between 5 to 10 millimeters of rain moving through. We're keeping a close eye on this. This can also change as well. Taking a look at Tuesday, daytime high 30 degrees. That overnight low, though, quite significant. One of the warmest that we have seen so far this season. 24 overnight into Wednesday, I should say. 24 the anticipated daytime high. Then we're going to have a couple of days, Thursday and Friday, where temperatures could increase to about 31 degrees, but those overnight lows quite cool, about the mid-teens here, 17, 18 degrees. So Thursday, Friday, you might want your umbrella. This could change again, but Saturday looking like clearer skies as we head into the weekend.
Weather is brought to you by Manotick Tree, complete tree care from start to stump.
So, Stefan, bring out that sunscreen, lather up. You may want the umbrella to cover that sunshine, but the heat is here to stay for this week. Again, precipitation anticipated for Wednesday, so take advantage of the sunshine.
Definitely want the sunshine, but also want those shorts and T-shirts. Thank you, Jackie.
You're welcome.
We are launching a new segment here tonight on CTV News at 5 called Simply Ottawa. We'll be showcasing stories that make us proud of the city we live in, proud of the people who live in it, and notable achievements. Tonight, we debut with something quintessentially Ottawa. It's a foodie staple in the nation's capital and even got a mention in Ottawa Tourism's promotional Christmas movie. Now, Ottawa is officially the Guinness World Record holder for building the longest line of shawarmas on the planet.
The final result is 2,400.
It took a few hours during yesterday's jam-packed shawarma festival here in the Byron Market, but the official from Guinness World Record was on hand to watch it come together and ensure it met the standards required to become the world record holder. This massive mega wrap was created by lining up 2,451 shawarmas before wrapping it to create what looked like one giant shawarma. It is roughly 350 meters or 1,148 feet long. Another Simply Ottawa characteristic, the food was then donated to the Shepherds of Good Hope. And we want to hear your stories of people doing good, spreading joy, making a difference, or marking a notable achievement. You can send your story ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca.
It's, you know, a bit mind-blowing when you think that he was walking around here at Hornets Nest one day and now he's on that stage.
Coming up for us here on CTV News at 5 as excitement ramps up for the FIFA World Cup. A star striker from here in Ottawa is getting set to represent Canada on the world stage. Here's what else you need to know right now. The Parkdale Night Market is set for this Wednesday. Enjoy shopping local while taking in live musical performances. The weekly market features new artists each week. The night market runs from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. Here's another live check on traffic. Westbound on the Queensway, the busiest spot on the highways right now, slow from Parkdale to Pinecrest. Eastbound is slow around Greenbank, and there's moderate to heavy volume from Carling to Innis. The 174 eastbound out to Orleans is slow from the split to Montreal Road, and still no major collisions to report on the road so far. It's 5:23. You're watching CTV News at 5.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Here's another live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The temperature right now, 26 degrees. And it's time now for a look ahead to CTV News at 6. Here's Patricia Bull.
Thanks, Steph. Here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
It's important for this asset to have the right owner with the right vision.
One of the region's most famous landmarks, the Fairmont Chateau Montebello, is up for sale, and CTV News Ottawa has confirmed that Ottawa Senators owner Michael Andlauer is now part of a group looking to buy it.
I think humanely they could be removed from the area because there's so many schools around, there's kids out and about all over the place here.
Coyote concerns in Orleans. Residents there urging the city to take action to deal with more coyote sightings in the area following a recent attack on a 14-year-old boy.
A better way is to listen, understand, persuade, and address the easily solvable problems they are asking us to fix.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre appeals to Albertans to remain in Canada while pushing for Canadians to come together to ease separatist sentiments. All of that and more is coming up tonight on CTV News at 6. That's right after the early edition of CTV National News with Sandy Ronaldo at 5:30. Steph.
Thank you, Patricia. Now the final 5 other stories we're following today.
I'm super excited to be done, but also to be heading out and working and trying to make a difference.
Thousands of university and college students from around the country are getting ready to cross the stage this month at their convocation ceremonies, while many are uncertain about what jobs they will land post-graduation. Today at Carleton, students celebrate their academic milestone with family and friends. Today marks 10 years since a sinkhole opened up on Rideau Street and swallowed a van. It was June 8th, 2016, when the sinkhole formed just east of Sussex. No one was hurt. The massive hole is blamed as one of the main reasons for delays in Stage 1 LRT construction. New data shows nearly 162,000 tons of garbage was collected from households last year, down from nearly 180,000 tons in 2024. The 3-item garbage limit was implemented in September 2024. City staff estimate the landfill has about 9 years left before it reaches capacity. The city did buy a new private landfill for $95 million in January.
It's, you know, a bit mind-blowing when you think that he was walking around here at Hornets Nest one day and now he's on that stage.
Ottawa's very own Jonathan David is set to star for Canada as it prepares to kick off its World Cup campaign Friday on home soil. Now playing for one of the biggest teams in Italy, the 26-year-old grew up learning the game in Ottawa's East End. Now he's one of the country's best hopes for World Cup glory. Canada has won its first ever FIBA AmeriCup title. The U18 men's national basketball team defeated the United States 67-65 at the tournament in Mexico this weekend. Canada previously won bronze in 2022 and 2024. 2 of the players, Godson Okoko and Emmanuel Okooba, are from Ottawa. Congratulations to them. That's CTV News at 5. Thanks for watching.